You are building an AI agent. It's pulling data from APIs, processing it, feeding it to an LLM, chaining tool calls, and so on. And then one day, it silently breaks. A string showed up where a number was expected, a null slipped through, and you have no idea where it happened. This exact problem has taken down production AI systems, and the fix, it's one Python library. It's called Pydantic, and if you are building AI agents with Python, you need to understand it deeply. In today's video, I'm going to take you from zero to confident with Pydantic models, the concept that sits at the foundation of Fast API, LangChain, Llama Index, and almost every serious AI framework in the Python ecosystem. Let's go. What is Pydantic? Pydantic is Python's most downloaded data validation library. We are talking over 550 million downloads a month, but what does it actually do? At its core, Pydantic lets you define the shape of your data using Python type hints, the same type annotations you're already using, and it automatically validates and converts incoming data to match that shape. No manual if checks, no custom parsing logic. You describe the structure once and Pydantic enforces it every time. Let me show you how simple this is. First, install Pydantic with pip install Pydantic. Now to create a model, you import BaseModel from Pydantic and inherit from it. See the example. That's your first Pydantic model. 3 fields, 3 type annotations done. Now when you create a model, Pydantic validates the data at instantiation time. If the types are correct, you get your object. If they're not, you get a clear descriptive error. Type coercion. Here's something that makes Pydantic genuinely special. It doesn't just validate, it coerces. Pass in the string 42 for an int field, and Pydantic will convert it to the integer 42 automatically. This is a huge deal when you're working with API responses, form data, or LLM generated output, because those almost always come in as strings. But if the coercion is impossible, say you pass hello for an int field, Pydantic raises a worst Indian with a precise message telling you exactly which field failed and why. This is how you catch data problems early before they cause chaos downstream in your agent pipeline. Fields, defaults, and constraints. Real models need more control. That's where field comes in. Have a look at the example. The GE equals 1 means greater than or equal to 1. The lay equals 1.0 means less than or equal to 1.0. Pydantic enforces these automatically. You don't write a single if statement. And for optional fields with defaults, just set the default value on the annotation, such as verbose bool equals false. Required fields use field with ellipsis or just no default at all. Simple and readable. Nested models. Here's where things get powerful. What if your data isn't flat? What if a customer has an address and an order has a customer? You just nest your models. See this example. Here you can pass a raw dictionary for the address field, and Pydantic will automatically pass and validate it into an address object. This is exactly the kind of structure you'll use to model LMM tool calls, agent states, and multi-step pipeline outputs. Serialization. Once your data is validated and inside a Pydantic model, you need to get it back out. For API responses, database writes, or LM prompts. 2 methods do this. One is model underscore dump, which returns a Python dictionary, and next is model underscore dump underscore JSON, which returns a JSON string. Both are incredibly flexible. You can exclude fields, handle none values, use aliases in the output, all with keyword arguments. No custom serialization logic needed. Custom validators. Sometimes type hints alone aren't enough. Maybe emails must contain at or usernames must be lowercase. Pydantic's at field underscore validator decorator has got you covered. Try to understand the given example. The validator runs automatically during object creation. It can validate, transform, or reject the value. This is how you enforce business logic without scattering if statements across your code base, and why this matters for AI agents. Alright, let's tie this back to AI agents, because this is where Pydantic goes from nice to have to absolutely non-negotiable. When you're using an LLM to generate structured outputs, tool arguments, search queries, decisions, you need to validate that output before acting on it. Pydantic models are the schema. Frameworks like LangChain, Instructor, and Pydantic AI all use Pydantic to extract and validate structured data from LLM responses. When your agent manages state across multiple steps, that state lives in a Pydantic model, type-safe, validated, serializable. When you're calling external APIs, Pydantic models represent both the request and the response, giving you end-to-end type safety. This is why Pydantic is listed in virtually every AI agent engineer roadmap. It's not optional, it's foundational. Pydantic models are one of those things that seem simple on the surface but have an incredible depth to them. We covered the basics today: base model, type coercion, default values, nested models, serialization, and custom validators. But there's so much more: JSON schema generation, strict mode, Pydantic settings for configuration management, and deep integration with AI frameworks. If you found this useful, drop a like and subscribe. We're building out the complete AI Agent Engineer Roadmap series, and every video builds on the last. And if you have a question or want to see a specific topic covered next, leave it in the comments. See you in the next one.